It is parlay day. Let's make it happen. A Wednesday across Major League Baseball. We got some daytime action, some late afternoon action, some nighttime action. Keep us busy all day long. I'm Pete McCarthy filling in for Eitan Shander today as we get you all set up with some of the best bets that we like here at OddsShopper as we look across the Major League Baseball landscape. Give us a like, subscribe to our videos. These are up every dang day, whether it's NFL football bets, MLB bets, college football bets, which have been on fire. So stay locked to what we have going on here at OddsShopper. And every day, get the smartest bets that you can, backed by our industry-leading analysis. So let's start diving into some of these picks, what we're working with some of these games today. And we'll start with one of the early games this afternoon, the Mets and the Brewers going toe-to-toe. Mets trying to sweep this series. You look at the money line, the Mets are a favorite, and I actually like them. I'll give away the 1.5 runs, get some plus money on the Mets in this spot. Why is that? Well, I like the Mets starting pitcher today. We're always looking at starting pitchers, right? Taijuan Walker has really returned to form over his last 2 starts, 14 and a third combined innings, 4 runs, 3 earned allowed. Granted, against the Marlins, against the Pirates, but the Brewers not exactly a dynamic offense. So I like Walker in this spot. Don't love him. I like him. That's part of this game. What I really like is the Mets' offensive potential against Milwaukee. And yes, the Mets were able to go for 7 runs last night. They did it on just 4 hits. But what has happened with Milwaukee over the last couple of nights is they have had to absolutely exhaust their bullpen. Last night, Aaron Ashby, as expected, only lasted 2 innings in that game against the Mets as he's coming back from the injured list. So the Brewers had to use 7 innings out of their bullpen. Remember on Monday night, Corbin Burns did not go deep. He exited before the end of the 6th inning. So this Brewers bullpen has been taxed. And while, look, Devin Williams is fresh, the closer hasn't thrown in recent days. If the Mets are jumping out in front, Devin Williams is going to be a factor in this game, and they're going to have to burn through that back end of the bullpen once again. You're looking at the long relievers maybe getting some time in this game, maybe get really lucky, get a position player in there. It's not really going to affect the 1.5 line here, but I like anything with the Mets offense. If you're playing DFS, stack the Mets offense, big time potential here. I like the Mets with the -1.5 here. I'll take look at some of the run lines on the Mets and, look at them at 5+ and see if you see something that you like there. But there is a lot to like about the Mets in this game. The one warning sign would be in a close game. Edwin Diaz got 4 outs last night, so he may not be available if it is close and late, but I really don't think it's going to be close late because this Brewers bullpen is shot, and Adrian Hauser is starting for Milwaukee. He hasn't gone deep in any of these games. I mean, it's one thing if you have a workhorse on the mound with an exhausted bullpen. Hauser has only gone 5 innings in 2 of his last 6 starts. So he's been getting hit hard. He hasn't lasted. He's been banged up in that time as well. So with that combination and a beleaguered bullpen, I always like that in baseball, beleaguered bullpen, and Adrian Hauser not being a guy that you expect to give a whole lot of innings, not a very effective pitcher in the first place. I love the Mets in this spot to sweep the Brewers. A lot of different ways to look at it. My number one would be just take the -1.5, get yourself some plus money on the New York Mets today with Taijuan Walker on the hill. Hey, we have a special offer for new users of DraftKings Sportsbook and BetMGM. Claim it right now. Just bet at least $5 on any NFL pregame money line game on DraftKings, and you'll get $200 in free bets if it wins. Now, for BetMGM, you must be located in the states of Kansas, Illinois, or Louisiana to claim this offer. Just bet $10 on any NFL pregame money line, and you'll win $200 if either team scores a touchdown in week 3. That easy. Click the links in the video description below. Claim these offers right now. And anything you can do to get ahead, do it. Find it. Get that free money when it's out there. Get those opportunities. So check that out over at DraftKings as well as BetMGM. All right, the next part of our MLB parlay. We got some plus money on the Mets here, right? Where are we going next? Let's look at the Toronto Blue Jays, the Philadelphia Phillies. I think they hit the over last night in the run line, right? 18-11, the Blue Jays able to smoke the Phillies in that game. 29 combined runs. Wild. Well, today is interesting because Kevin Gausman, very effective pitcher for Toronto. And then we're looking at Philadelphia. and you see Zach Wheeler is on the hill, and you go, okay, good pitcher, probably expecting a low-scoring game. Well, Zach Wheeler is coming back from an elbow issue, and Zach Wheeler will not be pitching long in this game. He's going to be on a pretty strict pitch count. We don't know exactly what that pitch count is as of now, but I would be surprised to see Wheeler even last 5 innings in this game. The plan for the Phillies is to piggyback Noah Syndergaard with Zach Wheeler, which tells you Wheeler's really not going to be in this game very long. And I think there's a great opportunity to take a shot against Noah Syndergaard here with this terrific Toronto Blue Jays offense. Syndergaard hasn't been terribly effective in the Phillies rotation. That's why he got knocked out of the rotation. It's now coming out of the bullpen. And it's an adjustment for guys. And sometimes we forget about this part of baseball, of sports, but you go from being the starting pitcher, you control exactly what your pregame routine is going to be. Now you're coming out of the bullpen. It's not as if it'd be coming out in the middle of an inning, but you figure Syndergaard is going to have to figure out, all right, what's my routine now? How am I going to get ready to come out and pitch in the 4th, 5th, 6th inning, whatever it might be, when Syndergaard gets into this game? And this is a great offense he's going up against in the Toronto Blue Jays, obviously. So even if Zach Wheeler looks healthy, looks prime, the elbow's not an issue, and he's putting up zeros for a few innings, eventually you're going to get the opportunity against Noah Syndergaard and in an unfamiliar role. So you have two big uncertainties on the Phillies side. I'm taking advantage of that with the Toronto Blue Jays. And, again, another spot where I like the Blue Jays to score a lot of runs in this game. I love Kevin Gausman on the hill, too, even better than Taijuan Walker with the Mets. So, again, I'm going to look at that -1.5 run line, and I'm getting some serious plus money on the Toronto Blue Jays here. And I think it's just a little bit too much name value with Zach Wheeler being out there, but Wheeler's not going to last long in this game. We know that much, just a matter of how quickly they pull the plug on Wheeler and take him out of the game. So great opportunity to get on the Blue Jays. You can look at the money line, the -1.5 line. You can look at the Blue Jays score a bunch of runs again. Same thing I talked about with the Mets, but my number one, look at that -1.5 run line. Hey, we've got some great premium content over at Stochastic, at OddsShopper, and you can check out what our studs are thinking up, some of their best bets, whether it be Matt Gajewski with college football. He's been on absolute fire. Aton's helping you out with MLB bets, with NFL bets, Greg Ehrenberg, Eric Lindquist, the whole crew. And what you get is actual access to these guys, not just the picks. You can communicate with them. And I always think the most interesting thing is not just getting the picks, right? It's like you teach a man to fish. Did I get it right? You teach a man to fish, you feed him for life, you give a fish, you feed him for a day. You understand what I'm trying to say. I love the process. I love knowing what these guys are looking at, what stats are vital, where they're getting information, and you can hit them with these kinds of questions, and they can show their process to you a little bit so that you become a smarter bettor, and you're not just relying on the picks that are there. And they will be there. They'll help you a little bit with that if you don't want to do the homework. But I love the process. It's my favorite part of it, doing the research, trying to find an edge somewhere, something that the sports books might not be looking at, that the public might not be looking at. And this is what these guys are doing all day long. And they can help you not only find those things, but learn what to look for when it comes to trying to hit a big MLB parlay like this. So check that out, make that happen. And it's a great opportunity to check out there. You get the link in the video description below. All right, next up, we're going to do a little reach here, right? We got a couple of plus bets here with the Mets giving 1.5, with the Blue Jays giving 1.5. Why not throw 3 plus bets on here, make it a big old fat parlay? I like the Pirates, plus 240 in this spot against the New York Yankees. Yeah, all of that fun with Aaron Judge and his 60 home runs and the great home run chase here. I'm just looking at the pitching matchup after the Pirates did manage to score 8 runs against the Yankees and exhaust their bullpen a little bit, right? Clay Holmes giving up a few runs last night. But Luis Severino, good pitcher, 40% hard hit rate over the course of this year. It's one of the higher rates you're going to see on the board today. I think the Pirates can get to Luis Severino. I think teams could get to Luis Severino here. He's got a 3.5 ERA overall in the season. He's actually underperformed that line. So the Pirates should be able to score some runs against Severino. Plucky team. Not a lot of star power, obviously, in this offense or anywhere else for that matter. And I'm intrigued by Ronzi Contreras. He's a young guy, big arm. He has struck out 20% plus of the batters that he has faced this season. 3.24 ERA. Now, look, the advanced stats will tell you he's been a bit lucky as far as that ERA goes, but he's been a competent pitcher, and we're looking at plus 240 here. This number is actually a lot higher when I looked at it for the first time late last night, but still plus 240. I think you're on the plus end with this. OddsShopper thinks you're on the plus end with this. You can always check out OddsShopper for the return on investment, for what we're looking at as the chances of a team winning a game, how many they're going to score, all that kind of fun stuff. But we got a plus ROI on the Pittsburgh Pirates here at plus 240, and I'll jump on that as well. So we'll see if the Pirates can pull off the upset. If they do, hey, we're doing well here, right? Couple of plus bets, 3+ bets to put together for this MLB parlay. Would I bet my baby on it? I'm not really big on, betting babies, but I might bet Aton's baby on it. I'll do that. So let's go. Let's hit. Big night. Cash some tickets, as Aton would say.